Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Every time I announce that I'm going on a solo trip, every time that I tell people in my life that I'm going traveling, whether it be like a weekend away or a longer solo trip, I always kind of get this reaction of like, oh wow, you're so brave, I could never do it, or I don't know how you do it, I can't. And I don't believe that. I really genuinely don't believe that. I do understand that it can be daunting and scary, but I believe that everyone can do it. I think a big element of people being afraid to solo travel, especially if you're not a very experienced traveler, is that practical element of navigating a foreign country. So I've got a pretty long travel day tomorrow. I'm traveling from right here, my apartment in southern Sweden, all the way to a random town in France. Yes, I do realise that geographically that's not a very long distance, but it was a super long travel day. I'm going from here to Copenhagen, then from Copenhagen to Paris, and Paris to my grandparents. Let this video be proof that you can do it. If I can do it, you can. There's nothing stopping you apart from your own limiting beliefs. So if you are stressing about the travel day, then it would probably be helpful to prepare in advance. I'm sure you're already doing this. I don't think you need me to say that. I feel like anyone who is stressed is probably actually over preparing. But what you need to do is make sure that you have everything packed, of course. I have my backpack over here. This is all I'm taking. I have checked in for my flight. That was super easy, super quick. I have my passport in there, and that is pretty much all you need. I kind of have this tendency to stress and feel like I've forgotten something, but as long as I have my ticket and my passport and some clean underwear, then it's all good. It's gonna be fine. I will also buy my train ticket this evening to go to Copenhagen in the morning and just have that sorted out so that I don't forget to do it in the morning. It's one less thing for me to do when I wake up. I can just not think about it, just get it all done tonight, and then tomorrow I can just do the practical part of like actually going. I'm on my way to the train station to head to Copenhagen airport. You can see that there's like some issues with the train, so it's a little bit stressful, but I'm just gonna stay calm. Like literally all of the trains have some kind of warning or delay, so let's hope that it's actually not a big problem. Because otherwise I have no idea how I'm getting to the airport. But I guess that kind of makes this video a bit more interesting, because if it does go wrong, I'm not saying I do want it to go wrong, I'm really hoping I don't jinx it right now, but if it does go wrong, we'll handle it together. And that's the point of this. We need to stay calm. Things happen. Quite often traveling does not go so smoothly, so we'll figure it out. Actually, it's quite humid. It was raining a lot yesterday, and it's extremely warm. Well, extremely, it's not extremely warm, but for Sweden summer it's about as warm as it gets. It's like 25 degrees, and I'm wearing like 3 layers, and I do not need that at all. I really hope this train comes on time, and the next one as well, but if it's not, it's okay, we'll get through it. Nothing we cannot do. There is nothing I cannot do. There's nothing you cannot do either, so get used to it. Well, I don't want to say anything too soon, but it looks like the trains have sorted themselves out. If you are in Sweden, I can really recommend the app Tågstationen. My colleague / friend recommended it to me the other day, and it gives like live updates of the trains, because the local app, it's not so up to date, I have to be honest. It's pretty good, but it's not always giving you the live updates of like platform changes and stuff, and then you often get to the train station and you're surprised with a change of platform. Train should be here any minute. I will get my stuff ready.
Var försiktig när du kliver av. Det kan förekomma stort avstånd mellan tåg och plattform.
I feel the smoother you can make the experience through security, the better. I always like to come prepared. I always separate my liquids before I get to the security check thing. Usually there's some stations where you can separate them, but actually most of the time I usually already bring them separated. And I also like to separate my electronics because I know that they're going to have to be separated. So instead of leaving it last minute and having a queue build up behind me, I just like to go and have it ready. Sometimes I bring a tote bag and I just have my electronics already in the tote bag, just so that I can just quickly just get them out, show them, and then go through kind of thing. Something else that you can do just to make the security process a bit smoother is that sometimes they'll have like displays and they'll say where you can go and how much time the queue is expected. So I know they do that here in Copenhagen. There's Terminal 2 and 3, and actually they all lead to the same place. You can get to all gates from the same place, and it's the same building. I never really understood why it's called Terminal 2 and 3. It's the same. It's just a different security, but it ends up in the same place. It's just different ways of going through security, basically. And when you enter the airport, you can see how long the queue is. So I always go for the shorter one of the two. But now I've gone through security, I am at the gate. I'm just gonna chill until it's time to go, basically. I like to use this time to charge up sometimes, if there is a charging port. Copenhagen airport I find is there's not that many obvious charging points unless you go to like one of the cafes, which I don't want to do, but there are some jotted around. But I'm still on like 99% battery, and I'm gonna switch my phone off on the flight. My phone will be used just for getting around, basically. We've made it to Paris. Next up is to get the bus. Still got like 4 hours to go. We landed a few minutes early, so that was nice. But yeah, I'm just gonna head over to the bus station in Charles de Gaulle airport, so just gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna chill there until it's time to go, really. I have arrived at Roissy-Paul station. So this is the bus station. It's in Terminal 3 of Charles de Gaulle. I must admit I did go wrong initially. I was gonna vlog, but there were so many people, you would not have like heard me. I don't even know if you can hear me now. Just did what I had to do. So basically I followed the signs from the flight to the train station in Terminal 2. But when I got there, I was like, yeah, this is obviously the wrong place. I'm getting a bus. And also I knew that where I'm going is Roissy-Paul, so I was like, okay, this is clearly not it, because I mean I have been here before, but there was no signs anywhere to say. It was just saying that it was like the train station, so I know I'm looking for a bus station, right? So I was like, okay, this is clearly the wrong place. And the trick is to just stay calm, recenter, regroup with yourself and figure it out. The thing with airports is that they're signposted. They want people to get through as efficiently as possible. They're not always very good at doing that, but ultimately everything will be signposted and you will be able to find it somewhere. The information will be there. And if there's not, you can just go and ask someone. It's really not that big of a deal. Like, people who work here, it's their job to help you out. So don't be afraid to ask. If you are in Charles de Gaulle, I will save you the research and the hassle. If your onward travel is from Roissy-Paul station, it's at Terminal 3, so you need to get, so if you land in any of the other terminals, you need to get a shuttle to Terminal 3, and then you're basically here. It's really straightforward, but I think that Charles de Gaulle airport is probably one of the most complicated airports that I've been to, just because it's so massive. Also because it's just so chaotic. It's a really busy airport. There's people everywhere, and I find that usually messes with me a little bit because I just kind of want to get out of the crowd. But my biggest tip for you with that is to just go to the side, forget about the people around you, and just do your own thing in your own time. My bus is at like 2 p.m. It's 10:48. So we've got a long time. I was journaling this morning in Copenhagen airport. that passed some time. I'm vlogging now, I guess that's my pastime. And actually it's a really nice day, so I might go outside. And then eventually it was time to head off on my 6-hour bus journey. I love a bus journey out of the airport or towards the airport because you sometimes get a tour of the city, kind of. Yeah, so this pretty much is the practical element of traveling. You might have to deal with visas and stuff as well, which adds an extra layer to it. But in principle, I think this is the basics. I don't think there's much else to think about. But if you are more worried about the solo part of travel and being comfortable in your own company, I do have a video on that as well, so make sure to check that out next. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you with another video very, very soon. Bye!